Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the 13th episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, interesting. They got the Coopers a computer, a PC, you know. Back in those days, you know, that's a hefty amount of money. It was like $1,000. You know, Sheldon was in the store earlier on at the start of the episode and obviously was praising it, how good the machine is and how much he needed it. And you know, Mary was having a conversation with George and she was basically saying that she's put some money aside, you know, she's been saving it for a rainy day. And he's kind of a little bit upset by basically saying, look mate, you know, every penny that I make, you know about it, we spend it. Every penny that you make, you're dashing it and hiding it a little bit. Started bickering, having a fight, you know what I mean? And she's gone and took the kids, well, took Missy and Sheldon to her mum's, and Georgie and George stayed, and they was obviously watching football together, talking, and he was basically just saying, well, at the end of the day, you know, they realised that how much they miss Mary. You know, they didn't even know how to turn the washing machine on. You know, they wasn't making great food. You know, it looked like George, he woke up, he's had his beard on, you know, he's walking out, usually he's ready for pancakes and bacon, you know what I mean? And there was nothing there. He realised that, obviously, it's time to apologise, and he's gone over there to apologise, and Mary's walking out. They both kind of met in the middle of the road and, you know, give each other a hug and kiss and made up, kind of, and agreed that they're going to buy this computer, which they actually did. $1,000, you know, that is expensive. Honestly, it really, really is. Even in present day. Took it back to the house, and obviously everybody's loving it. People are playing games, people are doing accounting. That's what Sheldon wants to do on it. He wants to do the taxes for his mum and dad, you know, each year. And, you know, everybody was just enjoying it. So, you know, it was revolutionary, the PC, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even be doing this without the PC. I wouldn't be watching anything without the PC. You know what I mean? Like, you can't surf the web, you can't do anything. It's crazy. And obviously, if you look at where it was in the last episode and how the pixels used to be and how fast it used to process compared to, you know, what we do in today's society, it's actually crazy how fast technology progresses. Like, it feels slow sometimes because you live it day to day, but like when you literally just look at 10 years ago to now and you think, mate, the difference is absolutely crazy. And it really is. And makes you think in like 20, 30, 40 years time, hopefully we're all still around, how mad it's going to be and what we're going to be using. You know, we're going to go away from phones like this to like an even crazier one. And, you know, what about our watches? You know, is it going to change? I'd love it if we went to a future, and this is going a little bit of a tangent, went to a future, you could do like a hologram, you know, have a person, somebody calls, and you press a hologram and you show up and you've been looking at them there. Like, how crazy would that be? It always reminds me of like kids, when I was a kid watching shows like that. I think it'd be really interesting, but let's see what the future holds. Thanks for checking out today's episode though. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Directly compares two things using the words like and as.
Your love is like bad medicine.
Exactly.
That's Bon Jovi.
Okay.
His hair is awesome.
I've been called a germaphobe, but I do find a single sneeze acceptable. During flu season...
That is disgusting in slow-mo, isn't it?
A plague is upon the land, and is every man for himself.
Where do you think you're going?
Away from you. May I have a whole task?
No, you may not. Now get back in your seat.
Rules are the pillars of society. I love rules, but what benefit are rules to a dead man?
Excuse me. Do I look like I'm getting sick to you?
You look a little pale.
Okay, good, that's normal.
When he willfully disobeys the order of a teacher, there needs to be some consequences here. Oh, we couldn't agree more. A few days of detention.
Really? That seems a little harsh.
Oh, detention's no big deal. Now, my principal used to whoop my ass with a paddle. That got my attention. A real nice grip on that thing. Yeah, George, had the equipment manager over at the Astros make this for me. The holes in it cut down on wind resistance. Smart. You know, there was a time this thing gave me tennis elbow.
Do you know what, right? What, she's going to sneeze now. Let's just let her sneeze. Do you know what? What is your opinion on, when I say hitting kids, I don't mean that you're going to get them, pin them up against the wall and absolutely beat them senseless and get bruises and everything on them. That is not what I'm saying. But, like, I'm going to give an example so you can understand clearly where I'm coming from. But, like, when I was a child, when I was having naughty, like, I used to get a smack bum or a smack on the back of the legs or a smack on the hand. Do you know what I mean? And, like, as I was in my younger ages, you know, I quickly learned that, oh, if I actually do this, then I'm going to get a smacked hand, I'm going to get a smacked bum. I don't want that. It hurts a little bit, you know what I mean? So then it quickly helped me understand that if I do something and it's wrong, I'm going to get punished. So that's like a punishment. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've grew up I think that I'm a good citizen, you know what I mean? I don't go out, I don't beat people up, I don't rob stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I just just live my life as upheld by the law, do you know what I mean? Apart from the odd speeding here and there, do you know what I mean? Didn't hear me say it. But what I'm saying is, you know, when my dad was a kid and he was in school, if he was naughty, he used to get hit with a paddle. He used to get he said that he used to get locked in the closet and he used to get beaten. Not like beaten up, but spanking and stuff like that from teachers. And I think that obviously in today's society, that's like frowned upon. You can't do that. However, I personally think if you look at this generation of kids, you know, I think people, one, don't have respect for the chain of command. For example, like kids don't even care that the parents are the parents, you know what I mean? They'll square up to them, they want to fight them. They'll think that they're in charge, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for a little slap on the wrist, a slap on the bum, you know, a smack on the legs, as if to say, no, that's not right. Do you know what I mean? Do that again, you get another smack. And not like beat the kids up. You know what I'm saying? Where obviously today's society's changed. I personally think modern day is full of snowflakes, and you know, you can't do anything nowadays without offending people, hurting people, everybody crying. But I do feel like if you look at older generations to current generations, there's a lot less respect for hierarchy, chain of command, laws, rules and all that, because they feel like they've got the power because nothing can technically be done. You know what I mean? So I don't know, I'll be interested to see what everyone thinks. Like, again, I'm going to say I don't condone getting your kid and beating them up and giving them bruises. I'm just saying a small thing like a smack on the wrist, a little tap on the bum, a tap on the legs, you know what I mean? Just to say, no, don't do that.
Okay, Sheldon, come on. Where'd he go?
That away.
It's not funny.
Oh, come on now. Sheldon in detention. That's funny.
And now he's in danger of being mugged by a room full of hoodlums.
He's not getting mugged. It's half a dozen kids doing homework while a teacher watches them.
Oh. What are you doing? Is that chewing tobacco?
It's chocolate bazooka. What do you want? The only thing you need to worry about in detention is staying close to the teacher. If he leaves the room, you go with him.
I thought we were going to spend the time regretting our actions and thinking about how we could be better in the future.
Well, you thought wrong. Get lost.
Have you ever been in detention?
No. But I do take the school bus. And that is no party.
I have $3. Feel free to share it with the others.
Just give you pocket money now.
Losers, you know how this works. 1 hour, no talking, no horseplay. Sheldon?
Hello, Mr. Givens.
Why are you here?
I didn't want to catch a cold from Miss McElroy, so I left her classroom without a hall pass.
Something is going around. Actually, I had a little tickle in my throat.
Okay, time to go.
How long is he suspended for?
A week.
And it goes on his permanent record.
Well, that's no big deal. I had all kinds of stuff on my permanent high school record.
Maybe we could take him to that nice doctor who calmed him down when he was convinced he had an enlarged prostate.
Sheldon only calmed down when the doctor told him what happens in a prostate exam.
Poor thing.
So, what do you got today, Sheldon? Rickets? Rabies? Early onset menopause?
Is he making a joke?
I believe so.
Humorous.
Sheldon, if you do catch a cold or even the flu, it's not the end of the world.
Flu was the end of the world for 500,000 Americans during the influenza epidemic of 1918.
Really?
In India, 17 million people died.
Okay, I think we're getting off the subject.
You have nothing to worry about. Even if you did get the flu, it's usually over in a week. Well, I take precautions. I wash my hands, I wear gloves and a mask.
So, Mom, how was your day?
We're ignoring this?
Biohazard! Biohazard!
Sheldon, are you still up?
We're all gonna die! This isn't funny.
Sometimes the news says those things just to scare people.
Well, it's working.
Come here. I know you don't believe in this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Lord, I pray for my son Sheldon, that you protect him from all illness and disease. In the Bible, that's called a hedge of protection.
Why do you keep smiling?
You need to look at your math.
Missy!
It actually did look good, didn't it? The thing is, though, right, is the body not supposed to get germs and stuff into it? For example, like, I know it might sound ridiculous, but like, say somebody who's never been outside, for example, or never been sick in their life or had any exposure to any germs, like, you would think they would be healthier, but like, are they not then more prone to getting sick? Where like somebody who's always outside and they're in the midst of everything, the immune system's built up a defense against bacteria and stuff like that, so like they're more better to attack it. Does that make sense? Like, so for example, is it when you go for a flu shot, or like when you go in, sometimes like when you travel in countries? So for example, if I was going to say Africa or something like that, sometimes you have to get a jab. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to go to your doctor before, get a jab before you go. And I mean, don't exactly know what they do, but from my knowledge, would they not put a little bit of the flu inside of your body so that it can build up a defense again? Like, you're not just going to get the whole flu and just say, there you go. Like, but what I mean is, like, a little bit of a symptom so your body can get used to it and adapt to it and put a defense mechanism in place. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people who have been sick and get sick, minor sicknesses, just like, you know, a sneezing here and there, helps their body defend better than people who've never been sick before, because they're prone to everything then. Do you know what I mean? If you've never had anything or never been exposed to anything, you're going to get all of it and you're going to be really sick, where somebody who's been exposed to all these different things are just going to get minor, and the body can help defend better and quicker and faster. So I don't know. That's what I feel anyway.
Sheldon loves school and can't go. You hate school and have to. Fair.
That is true, if you look at it in that way.
Doing chores. Can't sit around playing with a strange.
Yeah, put him to work. Good parenting, Dad.
Well, I'm glad you approve.
I do.
Where you going?
I'm going to give Sheldon a list of chores.
You're actually taking my advice.
Yes.
Well, how about that?
Sheldon,
Yes?
the door's locked. Can you open it?
No? I made a real germ-proof hedge of protection.
Oh, honey, you can't stay in there.
I've got a refrigerator, I've got my sleeping bag, and anything else I need I can make out of Legos.
Just when you think he's gonna zig, you get a big old zag.
It's ridiculous. I'm going to take it down.
No, you can't force him out of a phobia.
I think I'll take the kids to school.
I'm sure he'll be out by the time you get home.
Not sure why you think that, but okay.
That is true, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Shelley?
Can you close the door? I need to use the sink.
Georgie Cooper?
Here.
Sheldon Cooper? Absent.
Where's your brother?
Home.
Is he okay?
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. He might not make it.
Oh, that's terrible.
I love him so much.
Did you see the light bulb situation?
All I need is sunlight and a few seeds to grow unlimited food, which I'll fertilize with my own feces.
Oh, they're killing me.
I think the saddest part about it is just how sad it is.
Is there anything that we can do?
A hug might help.
Of course.
1, 2, 3.
Breach! Breach!
You come here right this instant.
No.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
I don't have to do it forever, just till you get tired.
I think I'm gonna wet myself. Yeah, come here, Sheldon.
Look at that. Saint Mary drinking alcohol.
God saw what just happened. He gets it. What are you gonna do that I couldn't do?
A little trick I learned trying to get prairie dogs out of the hole.
Yeah, you just lure them out with something that they like. I don't know, cookies or something like that. Yeah, look.
Chocolate chip?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just put them right out here. And you can come out and get one when you're ready. Come on. But most of all,
Sean Patriotic.
are a Texan. Do you imagine that Sam Houston was scared of a little old Cole? Damn right. Because they're Texans through and through. Now I want you to quit hiding in this plastic bubble, and I want you to come out here and eat your cookies out in the world like a man.
I'm impressed.
The thing is, it's like an animal. Do you know what I mean? I'm not comparing him to it, but like, they can't resist. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes your dog will be in the corner or in the kitchen. You're like, come here, come on, just sat there looking at you like, nope, and you get some food out, and he's like, "Hey," do you know what I mean? Like, it's just easy. Like, you got to lure people out. Something that you know that they want, you do it, and they come and get it. It's just so simple.
Reminding me of my brave Texas ancestors. Their blood ran through my veins. I was a true son of the Lone Star State. I woke up the next morning with a temperature of 102.
Soft kitty,
I was gonna ask, when does this start?
little ball of fur, happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr.
Mate, I was literally about to ask, honestly. You know, it's annoying sometimes because, like, stuff happens before you say it, and then, like, I always feel like people could be like, "No, you wasn't." Do you know what I mean? No, you wasn't going to ask that. But I literally was. Like, if the episode ended, I was going to say, mate, I wonder when we get to see the soft kitty come out. Because in the Big Bang Theory, every single time you had a little minor inconvenience, whether it was a sneeze, a cold, do you know what I mean? Like, a cough, it was, let's sing that. You know what I mean? And in the end, it was Penny rubbing on his chest and singing it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like a staple of that show. Like, you just know, do you know what I mean? It's just like Phoebe and her song, do you know what I mean? Smelly cat, you know, it's just the same. Like, it's mad, really. You know, I was just interested to see when it happened, but also, the same as the other show, is that when people do get sick, they actually do the makeup really, really well. Obviously, he's a little kid, but they still, like, the redness around the nose. It seemed like he had like, a little bit of dried kind of snot around there. You know, they do it well, they sell it good. And to be honest, I've said it a couple of episodes back, like, I wonder if it's Sheldon's, like, the kid, I don't know his name in real life, but, like, I wonder if he's acting to be this Sheldon, or, like, if his personality is currently like that in real life. Do you know what I mean? I don't really know, but I actually feel like he plays the role really well, to be honest. He actually does play it well, and it to me feels dead young as well. He honestly does. So I know it's called Young Sheldon, so it's kind of obvious, but I'm actually enjoying it. I think the siblings are pretty funny as well. Like, Missy's not really in it that much, but when she is, she's just like, she's just there to bounce off Sheldon or do something with Sheldon, and you know, I feel like she's been used quite well so far. I'm just happy or like excited to see is the more the right answer. Like, when we progress forward, like, what storylines is she going to be given? Because she's not always going to be here to assist. She's going to be here to have her own kind of story running. And obviously with Georgie as well. Right now, we just see him consistently trying to be like a, I don't know, like a high school jock. He wants to be on a football team. Do you know what I mean? He wants to be popular. He wants the girls. He's chewing tobacco. You know, he just wants to be that kind of stereotypical type. You know what I'm saying? However, I'd be interested again to see him move forward, because right now, he doesn't have massive storylines. He's just there being a sibling, a side bit, you know what I mean? But they go to the same school and we will get it. So I feel like it's been a good start to the season. I've enjoyed it. 13 episodes in, and I got to honestly say, like, I've not personally thought I've had a bad one yet, which is, I would say, pretty good compliment. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, somebody that's kind of pleasantly surprised me into the show, and I know that we didn't see her much in the other one, and she only made like one appearance, but it wasn't a great one. It was Mima, when she obviously come in to the Big Bang Theory. Didn't like her, I'm not going to lie. But Sheldon, throughout the whole entire show, spoke glowingly of her. Do you know what I mean? He was always loving her, always talking about her. He was so happy about, you know, her visiting, and then she come and then she was just not great with Amy, was she? And it just made me dislike her. However, in this show, I actually think that she's really good. You know, I think it's perfect to keep her in it as, like, I would, to be honest, I would class everybody as a main character right now. Maybe the kids as recurring. I don't really know what you would say, but like Mima has the same amount of lines as pretty much Mary and you know, George. So I feel like she's in there, and I feel like she's pretty funny. And you know what? I can see why Sheldon would be loving her. She's like a laid back, chilled, you know, her grandma. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's always up for a laugh. She doesn't take anything too seriously. And, you know, as a kid, you'd be loving that, wouldn't you? You're just a fun person to be around. And she's always taking the mickey as well out of the, you know, the parents. So I don't know. I feel like she's a good addition. I think it's pretty good casting, a good choice to actually keep her in consistently. To be honest, it's nice to see. And, you know, she's been my surprise of the show so far. I kind of knew the characters. You know, we've seen his brother when he went to go and speak to him. You know, he's running his own, like, garage. Obviously, we've seen Missy a few times, and we know that she's had some kids. You know, we've had knowledge of his dad and that he's passed away. And, you know, we've seen him on the tape as well when Sheldon was in the, you know, when he was watching, trying to give himself some advice, and he come up and he was doing a football speech. You know, we've seen Mary. We know who she is. We know everything about her. And Mima, one appearance, but we didn't really know much about her. We've heard a lot about her, but now we're seeing an established personality coming out, and she does seem fun, and I'm actually really, really happy with how it's gone with her so far. So I'm excited to see where we go. Right now, everybody's kind of floating, and we've got kind of Sheldon's story at school progressing. However, like I say, I know how bad you're on and might sound like a pirate sometimes, but when we establish these characters and the foundations and the basis of their own storylines progressing, then that's going to be really good, because everybody will kind of have, like, if you look at the Big Bang Theory, I know like we don't like comparing them. Once we start establishing it into the series, like a bit further down, we'll stop talking about the Big Bang Theory, because we'll have a foundation of all the characters. But in there, if you just look at where we went from the start, Sheldon started, didn't really like speaking to people, didn't really interact with everybody. He was kind of all self-centered, progressed forward, cared about everything, loved all his friends, got married to Amy. Do you know what I mean? Penny started Girl Next Door. She'd come in, got with Leonard, started progressing. Do you know what I mean? Become friends with Amy. Raj didn't speak, now speaks. Howard was trying to be a ladies' man, always hitting on everybody, got Bernadette, had kids. Like, whilst the show went on, storylines happened, and I'd be excited to see obviously how everybody progresses on here, with Sheldon doing his thing, but everybody else is going to have one as well, and that's what I'm excited to see. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.